Hello there, all you beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. I am Chiz and I like to arts and crafts. And today we're going to paint a magical glowing potion bottle. First, I'm going to show you how to get the picture onto this canvas paper over there. All right. So first things first, this image, I bought it off of Adobe stock. So, I mean, it's pretty easy to get your hands on these kinds of pictures. And I will be adjusting it slightly today because I don't like the lid. I don't know what is going on there. Oh, makes no sense to me. So I will be replacing it with a cork. Other than that, I like the hearts and everything, so we're going to keep it the same. You want to grab your least favorite pencil that you give the least amounts of F's about, and just go at it. Just you want to cover this page as well as you can. Just want to color it with any kind of pencil that will smudge or transfer very easily is what I would use here. So your average school HB pencil, the standard one, that works just fine. I have used color pencils. Some of them work very well, some don't. So it depends. But yeah, I mean, anything, if it sits to your finger, if you pull your finger through it, then you can use that pencil for this process. Now that we're done with that, we're going to grab our canvas paper that we stuck to a board with some masking tape, and I make sure to stick it very well with that part. But this part, sticking this, I very lightly tap it, very tappy. We don't want to stick it too hard. We don't want it to pull the bottom layer of masking tape off when we pull this off in a little bit. But just stick it on there so it doesn't go anywhere when you're drawing, because that would be terrible. And when we have that done, we will now start taking your favorite drawing pencil that makes a nice neat line. So I like my mechanical Lego pencil for that, and you're just going to start tracing, going over all the lines. Once I get to the top, I will change it on here, draw it differently. I always try and start at, I'm right-handed, right? So I'll start at the top left corner of my drawing and work my way downward to the bottom right corner. Just so I know with this it doesn't matter, but in general it's so I don't smudge my drawings. It's become a brain thing for me. So yeah, just trace the picture. Okay, now once you've done that, you're all done with it. You very carefully, you see, very carefully, take off the little bits of masking tape. You can tear the picture. I don't give a about picture, but don't want to tear the masking tape underneath. Pull it off in any way. And now we have this. As you can see, there's a very nice, neat outline. We just need to darken it a bit. So I will come in with a 2B or a B even. That works well also. Just slightly darker kind of pencil. And I will go over all of these lines again. So all in all, I feel like this process takes me about an hour to an hour and a half, depending on the detail in the picture. But it's still quicker than spending 3 hours on the sketch, trying to get the sketch right on the canvas or the paper itself. There you go, all done. Got your sketch. Now, I feel like working from this for me right now is much easier than trying to draw and making so many little lines and then have to paint, and then you have to paint over your lines and then you forget what you drew, and the sketch didn't make sense in any case. So this just eliminates all of that extra brain effort for me and makes the actual part that I like, the painting part for me, better. So what I'm going to use here is just some acrylic glaze or gloss, a glazing medium from Dala. You can use whatever primer you prefer. I mean, it's really up to you. I like this stuff. It's what I can get easily also. Other people like matte medium. Maybe somebody likes putting a little bit of color in there also, so it's not so white. Whatever. But we are going to be coloring it right after this. So this layer is really just to keep the pencil from smudging in with the paint that we're going to be applying in a second. Because remember, we use like a B or something. It's almost always going to smudge while you're doing this, but that's fine. That doesn't matter that much because the main lines will remain. You'll still be able to see very clearly what you do. Don't worry about it. Now, once we are done with this part, I will let it dry for a second. And while I let it dry, I'll go fetch my acrylic or crafting paints. It's some of them are acrylics. I wish I had only acrylics because then I only would have to do one layer here. But it is what it is right now. I'm working towards getting better ones. So you'll see, yeah, I already started a bit before I started recording. So sorry. Oof. I think that is somewhere, but I can't remember where. Sometimes I lose footage. It happens. Anyway, so I got this new tearaway palette, and I thought, let me try and use it. But you will see eventually later on in this video, I just go back to using the good old styrofoam recycled things, containers, because it just works so much better than this thing. It just felt like it kept on soaking my paint up, and my paint just kept on like drying really quickly. I didn't like that a lot. I like my oil paint to dry really slowly, and even my acrylics to dry really slowly. So with the acrylics, I eventually go back to my made sponge. I will do a video for you guys soon on my made little recycled palette thing, wet palette, because this did not work for me. Well, anyways, we just tried to cover the entire painting with a layer of acrylic that is pigmented enough that you don't see the white underneath anymore, but it can have streaks. I don't mind the streaks because it's almost like the streaks help me create some effects later, because there's already like kind of some base movement going on that I can use in my shapes. So it's kind of like how some people use textures when they're doing the base parts of their painting. I just use these streaks. They're not very visible on here, but when you see it in real life up close, then you can see the streaks very clearly. Very clear. Maybe I can zoom here for a second. Wait, let me try that. Let me try that. Ah, yes, there you go. I did it. Woohoo! Round of applause for me. Yeah, so I'm gonna let you just enjoy watching me do I call this my color blocking phase. This is how, and because I don't stick to these exact colors, you'll see later on. It kind of starts giving me an idea of what colors are going to work well together. Where is it going to pop? How am I going to do this? How am I going to do that? How am I going to make it glow is essentially what I'm trying to get to. But yeah, I start working on it with like the base colors that I use, and I cover like the white of the paper. We don't want the white of the paper or the canvas. I'm using canvas paper here, aquarelle canvas paper. So it works really well. It doesn't like make any crinkles. You see, it stays very straight. So I like working with this paper. that is it for my blocking. I will let this dry and then I will give it another layer of this acrylic glaze or glazing medium that I have just to create a layer between that and the oil paint. And then we will get to this. Ah, the most fun part. Really hate that palette though. I really hated working on that. I complained so much in my one live. You'll see. We'll get to that moment. I'll put a caption in there and be like, this is the moment, you guys. Oh, yeah. Um, but yeah, from here on, I'm just going to be painting and speeding it up most of the parts. I think most of the talkie is done, so I'll just play some music for you. And I just wanted to take a moment to say thank you very much for all of the support that I've gotten so far. I had a goal of like, if 3 people watch my video, then I'll be happy. So I've gotten like 3 times more than that, 4 times more than that. I'm very happy. I know it's very little for most people, but for me, small victories, Just want to say thank you very much for everybody who enjoyed it and liked it. And if there's anything like specific that you would like me to see me talk more about or explain better that I'm doing, please let me know in the comments and I will do my best to focus a little bit more on those topics in my next videos. Um, if you want to see, you'll see a lot of this happens on TikTok live. If you want to come watch me live, you can go to my TikTok. My name is the same on TikTok as it is here. And if you want to see the final reveal of this, when I'm done, you can follow me on Instagram. Um, yeah, thank you. And if you like this, please leave me a like. And if you really, really liked it, you can subscribe. But I mean, don't feel pressured. It's really okay. It's very chill. And that's where I leave you today, friends. I hope you enjoyed the video. There's a little more to come, but I decided instead of waiting until I've done that, rather just going to make the video as it is, and it is what it is. You know, at least I'm trying my best to at least make things. Otherwise, I get very perfectionistic about how things are. Look, it glows! My goodness! Whoa, shring, shring. Very, very cool. But it looks even fancier now. Oh, look at that. You see what I mean? See what I mean with glow? And there's no fluorescent paint, only oil paint. It's all about how you use your colors and things like that. Again, let me know which parts you would like to know more about, what I should go into depth about, and I think that's it. Like and subscribe. Bye. See you in the next one.